Okay.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today, oh no. I short-circuited last second. I was gonna do it all dramatic and everything, but
I have serious brain
knocked
damage.
the wind out of me last second. Hold on. Okay, you know what? We're definitely gonna cut this part out.
Okay, I'll cut it. maybe I'll cut it.
Maybe.
I'll put it as bloopers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scatterbox. Seated with me here today, I have Dark Ink Mouse, a Nintendo fan. And today we're talking about something pretty okay, I guess.
What the hell was that?
You told me to go dramatic or lame, so I chose both.
You chose
Don't
evil.
tell him
That was not lame.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about video games that are our favorite or video games that either one of us have played and the rest of us haven't.
Okay,
So-
sounds good.
And that's what we've discussed last time after this episode ended. So,
More or less.
I guess we should just start with whoever wants to go first.
You should give an example first.
Yeah, do an example.
Okay. So, and this is just, I mean,
No pressure.
have you got, okay, so we can just introduce a game, and if none of us have played it, or the rest of us haven't played it, we can just say so, and then they can just continue why it's their favorite, or why it's a good game, etc.,
I got a question. I got a question. I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay. How tall are you?
That's an irrelevant
6'4".
question. He should get minus points for that.
If I could say.
Okay, no, and I actually do have a real question. Since you're the one who's in charge of this whole scenario, and we haven't gotten a guest yet, I would like to ask, are you going to do it point-based, or are you going to do it by how much you like that person, or how we're going to do this system?
The superior race will win.
I think we'll go along with however I either like the idea, the game, or their
The story?
opinion based on their game, or
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
we'll do a point based. I might roll the dice and see how it goes.
I got quite a few good ones. But I'm still
okay.
waiting for your
Introduce
example.
them. You can go first.
No, you gotta explain the
But
example.
we're still waiting on the
please.
example.
How did you forget the example?
Oh. Well, I thought I gave an example, but
No,
okay.
you gotta tell us.
not really.
Well, actually, I told. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, this. Okay. I won't say that this is a part of my list. I might include it, but. Okay. So, have you guys played any of the Infamous games or Infamous series?
I've never heard of that game.
No, actually, I've never played that series.
Have you heard of the game developed company Sucker Punch?
Sucker Punch?
Sucker Punch?
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
No, I still.
They're the
I'm
same
still
creators
dark.
of Ghost of Tsushima and Sly
Oh,
Cooper.
that's
and,
why. That's why.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's why it sounded familiar.
I still am. Okay, FYI, I'm still in the dark. I don't know anything of what you guys are saying right now.
Well, I mean, the
Well,
company
we were talking
itself- Well, okay, you know what?
They're
Continue
the
with your
same
example.
company, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, in my opinion, the second Infamous, and this is obviously just an example, I may include it in my list or not. I grew up with the first and second Infamous game, but I like the second one just because the story's a lot more derivative and it's a lot more. I mean, it's not to say that the first one wasn't, but like in the second one, the graphics were a lot more refreshed and new characters were introduced, and it just felt.
That's usually how
pretty,
the second game
pretty nice to
works.
What's that?
You know? I'm just saying that's usually how the second game works.
Well, not all the time. Sometimes the second games suck.
Oh, that's true, like The Last of Us 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
No one loved that game.
And if someone says
Well,
because
I
you're
mean,
okay.
To be fair though, you have to give them points for at least trying to make something fresh and new
No,
because they put a lot of hard work into that game.
no,
But it just
Yeah,
didn't
they
turn out
also
as well as they
harass their
should have.
employees.
no,
Whether that's true or not,
no.
I'm not gonna really
no.
confirm or deny that.
No. No.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
Anyway, going with the example,
No. No.
the game is like
No.
basically a third person. It's not a shooter, but it's like a free roam superhuman based game. And the character that you play is Cole McGrath. He's what is known as a conduit, a person with superhuman abilities, born with it, or inherited from a source called. I actually forgot what it's called, and I don't have time to explain. He inherited from like a weird ball that contained a bunch of energy.
Like a
ball.
ball. Just like an
Yeah, a
individual
ball, like a metal ball with a bunch of energy inside.
That makes no sense. But
It's out of
continue.
context, and it's on purposely that it's out of context.
Okay. Continue.
And so you play a guy who has electrical superpowers, who shoots people and kills them, and the game is
Yeah.
decided how you like to play, whether you're good or evil. It's also choice based as well.
That just sounds like Star Wars all over again. You're just like, you get to decide if you're going to be a Sith or not. Like the Star Killer.
Oh, that's a good game.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
That's a really good game.
I forgot about that game. Oh my god. I just
Have
recall.
you played both first and second?
No,
I should actually.
Really annoying. I apologize.
You're good.
You're good. But
Okay.
Don't do it again.
I forgot where it was. I'm sorry.
we were in the middle of your example, I think.
Oh yeah.
About
So
Star Killer.
yeah. Oh yeah. The Force
Yeah, we
Unleashed
were-
games are so good. I actually have both of them. And they're really good.
Those
I love
games
them.
are so good.
I think it's a piece of
I
shit.
love playing it.
Miguel,
I'm doing it out of spite. I don't care.
Ink, no one cares.
I like to fire up my whole inner nerves because I feel like I'm so fucking cocky at this point.
Nice. I'm glad you feel that way.
Yes.
I'm glad
Okay,
you feel
yes.
super egotistic and so
My ego has
so
inflated. It has skyrocketed beyond the comprehension of man.
well, you're
Shut
not
the
wrong. You're
fuck
definitely
up.
beyond my comprehension.
Alright, I'm done with it. Alright. Let's fucking I'll stop being egomaniac for a moment.
Yeah, for my sake.
Chase, you still okay?
Oh yeah. Going along with the example, so it's choice based. You determine how things go in the story. You can choose to be evil. You can choose to be good, and the appearance of your lightning changes to your apparent motives. So blue is for
Interesting.
good, red is for bad.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Wait, you said blue is for good?
Yeah.
This isn't the Star Killer game, or is it the game that you
No. The game he was talking about.
Okay. Lost track. Sorry. And I was about to say...
I don't think it changes appearance in The Force Unleashed. I think it's
No,
all
it
the same.
doesn't.
Well, it doesn't, but that's
Oh,
kind
it
of...
does.
Wait, what? So...
Wait, it does change Force Lightning?
What?
No, the
I
color
thought
doesn't change.
I thought the more you upgraded, the different color changes when
Yeah.
when you upgrade Force Lightning.
I don't think it does that.
Yeah, it does do that.
I
I
don't-
remember very clearly now.
Okay. Well, anyway.
That's my example. You guys can jump in, give your opinion based on what I say, or even ask questions. And it's up to you whether you hate the game or not. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
All the same. I like the game.
I will
My
state
favorite
out.
game.
I will state out an opinion. I know I'm gonna sound
Okay.
old-fashioned at this point. How dare you don't like pineapple pizza?
What the f? Shut the freak up. This is video games.
Are you fucking kidding me? I thought we moved past
You wasn't
this.
wrong when this was going to be an ongoing joke.
It is.
Yeah, no kidding. I
All right,
guess.
I'm done. I'm gonna take it to the backyard and I'm gonna shoot it with a shotgun. There, it's dead.
Hey, don't compare it to Old Yeller. That was a good movie and a good dog.
Well, unfortunately, that dog just wasn't gonna live that long. He just had to put him down. I haven't watched Old Yeller, I'm gonna be honest, but I did hear lots of references about it.
It's so good. I love Old Yeller.
To be fair, I haven't watched Old Yeller either. But
You guys need to watch it. It's good.
yeah, I heard good things about the movie. I don't like to shit on other people's movies unless they're absolutely shit. Then I will shit on the movie.
Yikes. Alright. Anyways.
Yes.
I got like a few video games, but Jesus, do you got a few video games? I'm not sure if I'm ready to say anything.
I
yet.
probably have like a list of a few, so I'll just narrow it
Okay,
down
go
to
ahead.
like top 3.
Okay, just to clarify with the audience, FYI, my brother is technically using the same microphone as mine, so if you see my screen light up, it's because he's right next to me. Unfortunately, we're poor, so yeah, get used to it.
And obviously, we're clarifying that his icon is here too when it's not flashing, just because
Yeah, it's
we gotta clarify that there's 3
It
people.
flashes every now and then,
Yeah.
but not really a lot.
yeah, that's why it lights up both when like the icon's like, whatever. I don't need to explain, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they caught on what's going on.
Okay. So starting
And
off
if you
with
want, you can go based off of tier list or something like top 3 or top 5 or something.
okay. In that case, starting off with number 3 on the list, I have Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare 2. That shit's
Oh,
fun
dang.
as fuck. I enjoy playing it. There's a lot of things you can do for single player. Surprisingly,
Is there a
what are
campaign
the
mode?
kind of. So there's
Okay.
missions you can do by yourself, right? And as you progress through the game, you get to this point where this town hall opens up and closes every now and then. Once you get there and you farmed enough stars, you should have enough stars to buy like a big key to open this door that's hidden underneath the backyard for some reason. Just to be fair, the backyard is called the Backyard Battleground. As soon as you step on that backyard, it just all hell breaks loose. There's gonna be zombies
Oh my
after
gosh.
you if you're plants, or there's gonna be plants after you if you're zombies. Either or, it's chaos. But
Oh
one
my
of
gosh.
the
That's awesome.
interesting things about that is the ongoing war that's going on between the plants and the zombies. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked a little bit. So as I was explaining, there's a massive door hidden underneath the backyard, and once you find that door and you buy that key, you get to this portal, right? And this portal has like magical gnomes that essentially are like gods in this universe. Like
What?
I don't really understand how or why, but they are gods in this universe. And they don't help the plants, they don't help the zombies either. They just see them both as nuisances. It's the
You know
funniest
what?
thing ever.
Well, that's
Anyway,
quite the predicament that they got there.
yeah, but apparently there's trials you can do to unlock more characters, and some of these characters are super OP. One of them is like a tree guy. I'll call him the barbecue tree man. Basically, he shoots wood chips at enemies, and he's got 3 broken abilities. The first one is shield, like a leaf shield. It makes him
Okay.
sponge even more damage. Like he's already towering at 275 HP, and that
Oh my gosh.
shield makes him jump from like 275 up to like 400. It's quite
What
a
the
big
freak?
jump. It's quite a big jump.
He
Wow.
The funny thing is that he looks like a freaking stump with like fire on his head and a heavy machine gun at hand, and it's like every time I see it, I'm like,
I am Groot.
okay.
Okay. Anyway, the second ability allows him to spew fire out of his mouth, and for some reason,
Oh my gosh.
this has a lot of range. Like it's not like crazy long, but it does. It's long enough to reach certain areas that it's not supposed to. And its third ability can ignite himself in blue flames, and he just
What the
lasers
freak?
everything down and lays waste of fire everywhere. It's
Oh
one
my
of
God.
the most broken abilities that he has. And then the other one's a
Wow.
goat from the future, apparently, for the
What
zombies.
the freak?
And he has one of the most interesting kits. For starters, he has this beam that boosts allies' damage, so emphasizing his role as a support. The second thing he can do, he has this little ability that boosts his speed, but it can also boost his allies' speed if he's hooked onto them with the beam, making them insanely fast.
Oh, that's broken.
I mean, imagine like if you're in battle, you're just trying to fight these zombies off. All of a sudden, a goat on a freaking space skateboard flies in, and he's like, "Man, time to die, motherfucker!" and just fucking blasts him into pieces. I would feel ashamed that I got my ass handed
Actually,
to a
funny
goat.
you should mention that, because his final ability is a big ass laser.
The
He fires a big ass laser.
He's like, oh my god, now I can imagine it. The goat was like, "Ha ha ha, you thought that this was the end? Here, have some lasers! Bah!"
But anyway, that's just some of the things you can do on single player. There's a lot of replayability with the multiplayer stuff. It's quite difficult though. Like there's a huge group of people who play this game, and they are ridiculously good. Like I can't win against them.
Yikes.
I mean, yeah, that's expected. But anyway, that's one of the reasons I like Garden Warfare 2, and that's why it's in my top 3.
Top 3.
Okay.
So there's
Okay.
2 more.
Yeah, 2 more.
Okay.
The second one is one you're gonna hate, Miguel.
Okay.
And it's Cuphead.
Fuck you.
Uh,
I fucking hate Cuphead. I'm sorry to anyone who's listening. I fucking hate the game. I can't win. No matter how hard I try, no matter how skilled I get, I fucking hate the game with a passion. I fucking hate every character that's in there as a boss. But they're so smart. They're so full of themselves. Gosh damn it! Oh, dude, no.
you know what you sound like, Miguel? You know what you sound like, Miguel?
What?
You sound like Wade, like one of Markiplier's friends. You sound like Wade when they're playing Uno, and like
Oh.
I was gonna
AI
say you sound like
character that Wade hates,
Denoglo when you
Barbara.
play Uno.
and so he's just mad over a game because he hates a freaking AI.
I do. Oh my god, I
Oh
can
my God.
understand why everyone hates the AI. Because I really do hate it. It makes no sense.
Okay, my thing.
Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the things I like about it is it's hard as hell. Like where
Wow.
the other game you can choose your difficulty or whatever. This throws you in, and it's just like I ain't gonna hold your hand. I'll maybe throw you $1, but that's it. Like you ain't getting much from me. And the bosses are
Kinda like
super
Dark
fun.
Souls.
I also like the art style of the game. Interesting fact about the art style. I believe they went bankrupt trying to finish the game. Like that's
Oh my
how
gosh.
committed they were to the animation style. Which props to them. Props to them. They really do deserve it.
Yes.
And they just recently added a DLC. Do I plan on
With a
buying it?
female mug or something?
Yeah. Chalice Angel.
Yep.
I believe
Rule
that's her name.
34.
But do I plan on buying it? Maybe when I get more money. Because I'm poor. Because I'm poor as fuck.
Fair enough.
Okay, and for the final game, and this one I have one of the biggest opinions about it in my life. One of the greatest games I've ever played. And hands down, I haven't found anything that can top it.
Okay.
And that game is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
I
dang.
love that game. Like,
know.
I cannot emphasize how good that game is and how fucking shit it made me feel afterwards.
So, like, the game is interesting in itself, and nonetheless, but I would be that idiot. Oh, everyone who sees this podcast, they're probably gonna say like, "What the fuck?" But I'm the idiot that just runs with the horse, and I'm like, "Emergency stop!" and then shoot it.
Yeah, unfortunately, he can't really do an emergency
No,
stop
I suck at it.
in this
In this game, it's not allowed. But like in the other games, it used to have been like a thing where you can run around and then you could go like, "All right, we'll stop right here," poof, and then the horse just flops over, your body goes flying in the air, and then you stand back up, and you're like, does anyone need help? Sometimes, in small occasions, this actually happened. My horse would run so ridiculously fast. We go to help someone, then I do an emergency stop. The reason why I keep calling it emergency stop is because of a famous gamer that I've watched, little Gaming Lemon, I think. Anyways, I love how he did that, and I always say that because it's such a fun thing to do. I treat them like toys at this point. But, like, anyways, I go in full speed, going to rescue someone, shoot the horse in the head, the horse goes down and kills, like, the people that we were supposed to save. And then I stand back up, and I'm like, oh, I guess I saved everyone and killed everyone. I might as well loot them.
Oh my god.
But anyway,
That's
one of the
messed up.
reasons why I love Red Dead Redemption so much, specifically the second game, is the way that they make you care about everybody in the gang. Everybody has their different origins and different reasons for following Dutch, even though later on, spoiler warning, Dutch ends up becoming batshit crazy and nearly getting everyone killed. And it really does hurt when you see that he decides to listen to a psychopath known as Micah Bell,
Fuck him.
opposed to Arthur Morgan, who at that point was only been loyal to Dutch, and all he ever lived, breathed, and dreamed was the gang and wanting to see it succeed. Sorry. And it hurts even more where we see him, he's dying because he gets tuberculosis later on in the game. And at one point, he was literally begging Dutch to save Abigail, so at least Jack could have a good life. Because at this point, he believed John was shot and killed because he got shot off a train. And surprisingly, the bastard still lives. At the end of the day, we see Arthur begging Dutch to save Abigail, and Dutch decides to listen to Micah instead and leave while he still can, which forces Arthur to go back there, save Abigail, and confront Dutch one last time, which, surprise, surprise, Arthur finds out that John's still alive and Dutch pretty much left him for dead. And I think the thing that hurts even more is how they do the choices. They feel very small and sometimes insignificant, but they really add a lot of character to each of the choices. Like, each choice that you make, you could say that it's Arthur. You can choose to kill people, or you can choose to rob people. You can choose to burn the city down, and that's perfectly fine. That's Arthur. But at the same time, you could also be very compassionate, very caring, and help people whenever they need help. And that's also Arthur. And so, which is why I had a final choice. Either I help John escape this hellhole, or I can go back and try and get the money. And obviously, I feel like anybody who doesn't do this is a bastard. I chose to help John. I chose to help John and get him out of here. And it was one of those. It was so shit. That experience was so shit. And I swear to fucking God, I almost cried. It's like, why? It's like, fucking why? Oh God, I'm tearing up just by thinking about it.
Aw.
Oh my God.
Well, your feelings are irrelevant here.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh, FYI, Chase, just to inform you, because I'm gonna just do it as a running joke. Every time you say "what the frick" or any kind of like non-swear word, I'm censoring you.
Yeah.
I feel
Why
like
would you do that? You already called me a pacifist, and now you're just gonna censor me for no reason.
I'm just gonna. I have the power of editing. I have it in my hands. I can definitely make you all censored, and it makes it sound even more glorious than before.
Alright, fair enough.
But
Uh,
anyway,
go.
let me wrap up my thoughts with Red Dead Redemption 2. At the end of the day, Arthur's story was not a hero's journey, but he did die a hero's death if you have high honor. Interestingly enough, the ending
Or
changes
any honor.
depending on your honor.
Mhm.
It's small details because it still ends the same way, but they make it so that every ending feels unique in their own right. High honor endings will have you face the sunset until your final breath, and low honor endings will find a way to kill you in some brutal way.
Oh,
It's
frick.
it's a very good game.
Oh my god!
Great attention
Shut
to
up,
detail.
You were thinking it.
Thinking what, Chase? Huh? Want to tell me what I was thinking?
You know what? Just
You
for
know exactly
purposes,
what you were thinking,
just for
and the audience
purposes.
knows what you were thinking.
Okay. What is it? Tell me, you pacifist.
I don't need to tell you. You know what you thought.
All right, just for
Anyway.
purposes.
Before he was rudely interrupted, continue, Jesus.
Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, the way that the endings feel, they feel very natural, very much Arthur, and I can't help but feel like shit afterwards when you play the game.
Can I say something?
No.
Oh.
Okay, no. Okay, what were you gonna say?
Okay, so every time you mention Arthur, every time you say Arthur, all I can think of is Arthur from like the PBS Kids.
Oh my
And
gosh.
all I can think of is like this grown-up version of Arthur with a cowboy hat and a gun. He's all
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Ratburn is the bad guy. He's Micah.
Oh my God.
Who would be Dutch then? The principal?
Oh my god. Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
All right, continue. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm being a dick.
Okay. So anyway, the interesting thing about this is that they decided to include an epilogue with John, where you play as John, and you see how he tries to put his life together. It's really sweet, and it really ties all the ends together with the first and the second game. Honestly, that's why Red Dead Redemption 2 is my number one, and it will always be my number one. In a very, very, very close second is probably Cuphead, sorry. And then Garden Warfare is the third one, obviously.
No,
Okay.
You should have put Cuphead down in the bottom. Like he's a bitch.
Oh, shut up. You decided to buy a copy of Dark Souls and regretted it afterwards.
I still haven't finished playing
You
the
got
game.
Dark Souls?
I did, but I kind of gave up the first boss at a time.
Are you serious?
I'm the one that beat the first boss for him.
Like, legit, I was trying to fight, and then the fucking demon kicks my ass by fucking using his ass as a weapon. I'm not joking. His big behind smashed my body, and then you see the screen. You are dead. It's so insulting. I was rear-ended. God damn.
It's like that You Are Dead Dark Souls meme where something does something,
I've
and
seen
then it
those
just goes to
memes.
fading black and says you died.
It's basically that, Chase. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
pretty much.
the first boss was hideous and ugly, and I never knew it would use his own ass to actually win the fight. I mean, sure, he had a club, but he used it like once in a while, and sometimes he would take forever to actually use it. And when he does swing, oh my god, I hate it. I can't even get close to the bastard.
Yeah, at the end,
Yeah, his
I
face.
had to beat it. It took me 5 tries, but I beat it.
Yeah.
And he decided not to continue afterwards.
I might continue it, but at my own risk.
You should continue it and like record yourself doing it.
Oh my god.
It'd be
You
fun
would
to watch
see-
you suffer.
Would you like? Do you understand how many people would like to see me fail so badly in that game?
People
I am-
love watching failure.
I am essentially a noob. If I were to play it right now, people are probably going to be, "Oh, everyone's seen Dark Souls."
like
No. Hear me out. I'm a noob in almost every single new game because we barely got them. I'm a noob. I don't know how to do shit, and I react the most stupid way as possible. I think. I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
You know what? To be fair, when I played Uncharted, the first one, I did not. For some reason, for the life of me, I gave up playing for a long time because of some stupid puzzle I had to get. Like it was like a northwest, southeast sort of puzzle,
I fucking hate
and
those.
I just had to face the statues a certain way, and I would be able to get past.
Oh,
And it took me like over a couple of years to figure that out, and I finally got past.
wait! It took
And then
you
it took
years
me
to
another
figure that
while
out.
longer to get past it because I refused to play longer because of some stupid looking scary demons because I thought they were scary. And then every attempt that I made to beat it, the level that where these demons were, I'd get scared and quit the game immediately and try my patience just to
Oh,
regain
okay. Just a
composure.
quick question. Just a quick question. Did it ever occur to you to use YouTube? like,
Not at all.
like,
Now,
Not at
look, hear me out. So, when you play a video game, sure, people can teach you how to do it. Sure, people can show you how to handle it. But it is fun to discover doing it yourself.
I guess that's fair.
And the thing is, Dark Souls is the same thing. If I were to actually sit my ass down and actually try my best to actually beat it, because you have to learn all these combos, and FYI, not very good at doing combo switches, because I'm fucking terrible at it. But
That's why you play Street Fighter.
Yeah, no, I hate Street Fighter. Okay, to everyone who's listening to this, I genuinely hate Street Fighter. I can never win in that game ever because I never learned the combos. I suck at combos.
That's why he hates it,
Yeah.
guys, because he's trash at the game.
Fuck you. But like I said, finding it out yourself, slowly developing and all that stuff, it's always essentially a great pleasure because you accomplish something yourself.
No, yeah, I guess I can agree with that. Cuphead's taught me that
Fuck you.
quite a lot.
I don't see. Oh, okay, whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever.
You know what? This will be an ongoing joke. Whenever someone mentions Cuphead, it just shows Miguel in an enraged mode and then goes blasting off on a rant and just drives us away from the actual topic of the episode.
If we go back on, you know what?
And so instead of
Fine.
a safe word, it's not an encouraging word. It's a trigger
It's
word.
the word that incites violence.
It's just kind of. I'm tired. No. Get back to topic.
Okay, it's your turn, though.
Oh shit.
Did you think about it?
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact. But it's gonna be like I think I'm gonna have 4 or possibly 5. It all depends. I'm gonna start off.
I stuck
Okay.
with 3 just to make it simple.
But no, hear me
I
out.
mean, we might run out of time, so I feel like we should just go with top 3.
All right, top 3, fine. All right.
Sorry, I went to detail with a lot of
Fine.
games.
So we're gonna ignore the other games eventually, but essentially, the first game console in general, I've gotten this when I was like very, very little. When McDonald's was still selling those toys, I'm pretty sure they're still doing it right now, right? Right?
No.
They don't do that anymore.
No, they don't do cool toys anymore.
Oh, that's
Like back then, they had like
Aw.
this burger and this shake and this fries. They can transform into different things, and you can connect them together to make one super mega transformer.
The super burger
But
box.
it used to be cool toys, but now we just get shit.
Okay. Like, hear me out.
We get stuck with really boring action figures.
Honestly,
And kids are entertained with this shit.
it's just doing one motion.
Like,
Oh, I got a Buzz Lightyear that can do a karate chop. Hi-ya, hi-ya, cha-cha-cha. And that's it.
That's just as boring as the dang movie!
All right. Now, hear me out. This is how, like, I've been when I was little. I've played this weird old-fashioned game that was sold in McDonald's. It had this little tiny screen, had only 2 buttons, and it was like black and
So,
white.
Game & Watch.
Yeah, that's like that. That's a gaming watch, right?
Ah.
So that was a game that I used to recall playing a lot. I sound so old because of this, but the reason why
Fucking boomer.
no, the reason why is like I've gotten these things is because my mom and dad were super poor and like I'm pretty sure they were like so out of date, but they gave me this kind of console. And to begin with, it's so simplistic. I remember that there was a Shadow the Hedgehog one, and it's supposedly grinding on like this weird pipe, and you would jump and get rings and all that stuff, and sometimes attack people. Not people, bots, robots, or something like that. But it goes faster the more you progress, and like essentially, if you make it to the final level, and it's infinite, and you're gonna fucking die fast. And it only gave you like 3 life, 3 chances, like that kind of
Oh
stuff.
damn.
It was weird.
I mean, that's how Game & Watch games work.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same thing with Tamagotchis and all the other things. I've encountered those kinds of games before. I never taken care of my Tamagotchi because I actually sucked ass. I actually let them slowly die. And I have like a whole closet filled of the corpses of all my Tamagotchis, and every time I come home, I bring a new one, and I'm like,
Hey, Tamagotchi Junior.
like,
Did
look
you
at-
make... Hey, just a quick question. Did you make a skin out of all your Tamagotchis? Like a pelt or something?
Man, that would have made an armor. That would have been cool.
Or like
No,
a
you
coat
bring
or
home-
a scarf?
You
or,
bring
I
home
don't know,
another
something?
Tamagotchi, and you say to him very whisperly, "Hey, you want to see the most illegal thing I own?" And you open your freaking closet to a bunch of corpses.
And then the Tamagotchi's scarred. He's like, something that
You'll never see it coming.
Oh my!
And just like slowly like puts a pillow on top of the tiny little toy Tamagotchi onto the bed, and you just hear this little and then
Oh my
it
God.
dies frozen back into the closets. The corpses will never be found.
Wow.
Oh my god!
This is the dumbest thing I've ever
Oh
heard.
my god. I don't know. I'm a murderer of Tamagotchis. Anyways, that's just number 1, FYI. Not the number 1 in my games. It's just the first game I've just explained to you guys, right? Second game in general is that since we were very poor, me and my brother, we all know very well. We've never gotten like other consoles like PlayStation and all that stuff. We managed to get a PlayStation 2, but we didn't get as much games from it. You know?
But there was one game that I
Yeah. There's one game that we remember, which I'll put it as an honorable mention. It's iNinja. Unfortunately, it didn't get like it was underrated so bad.
It was surprisingly underrated.
It was like a very violent ninja game. You fought this mutated ninjas that like for some reason attack you at random, and you accidentally killed your master, but he's a ghost, so he talks to you and all that stuff. It's so
What
weird.
the freak?
I know. And then the first level, I'll explain it in a snippet. Just the first level. This will be another thing to talk about later on. But the first game, you're supposed to collect parts for this massive robot, and this massive robot had like you needed to get 2 of his eyes and a heart from him. So
Yeah,
the first
heart
one you
makes no
get,
sense.
yeah, I never understood why they had heart, but it looked it looked cool anyways. But you get those parts. You go back in. You had to go through the robot's foot and like go all the way up into the machine, and then all of a sudden you become like this weird Power Ranger controlling this massive robot going into the ocean.
And then you see this other robot come out, and he's like, "You ready to dodge in that?"
And then you start beating the shit out of him.
The freak?
Yeah, I know.
this is
I was like,
This is like one of the funnest shit we've ever fucking played.
may
Oh
I
my
add, it was rage inducing when we fought the first boss. Every time he swung at us, you had to do like a maneuver left and right every time he swung. So if he swung left, you had to like avoid it by dodging left. And sometimes he would shoot missiles too. It's such a dick move. You still had to avoid the shots.
I actually later on, as I grew older, I found out you could just punch the missiles,
I didn't
and
know
it
this.
charges like a laser you have.
Oh, what do you know? Oh yeah, I forgot. The eyes. The reason why you
Eyes
had
have-
to collect them, they shoot lasers out of them.
Yeah, no,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
one of the
It
things
was
that-
so cool. Okay, I'm done with that. That's just an honorable mention.
But clearly, it was in your favorites.
Oh yeah, no, it's in my favorites. It's an honorable mention. I'll just say it that way. But the second game that we've gotten that had more games than anything else was the Sega Dreamcast. And for all you baby people and all that stuff, a Dreamcast, like not a Dreamcast, a Sega Dream. Yeah, it is a Dreamcast.
Yeah,
the
it is a
Sega Dreamcast is essentially the first version of I guess you can say like a version of an Xbox in a sense. Only it doesn't have the.
But Nintendo.
Yeah, no, it's Sega.
No, more Sega. But
Oh
Sega.
yeah, Sega. Sorry.
If Sega continued doing these kinds of things, they would have been like doing good things. But unfortunately, they gave up on that one for some reason. But my favorite game from the Sega cast was Sonic Adventures, the first game, and Sonic Adventures, the second one.
So wait, are you just including those in one thing?
I'm gonna include them as a one thing because technically they are. The
I mean,
same
I
story.
guess.
Now, I get it. Jesus, don't be a bitch. Look, the graphics back then weren't that good, and I understand that.
They were
but,
shit one poly graphics.
yes, they were.
That's the best way I could describe it.
Yes, but I liked it. I like this nostalgia to it, and I like how.
Think of Mario 64, but slightly more polished. That's what you're working with.
Oh dang.
Okay, yeah, and the first game, like I will explain it. You get to play as certain individual characters in the Sonic franchise. I wish now that we were allowed to play other characters in the Sonic franchise. You know.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Because it's always Sonic. And don't get me wrong, I love Sonic, but I also love the other characters. They have to have a chance to, like, show their that they matter. Because what's the point of making a Sonic video game if it's only Sonic that you get to play as? Sure, I love the guy. I love the guy, but there's so many other characters that at their disposal to make them worth using. Like, seriously.
That's fair.
Anyways,
Yeah,
the
no,
first
that's fair.
game, you had the option of Sonic the Hedgehog, obviously, Tails, E102, which is the most forgotten character ever, but I love his story. He's basically Dr. Robotnik's robot that just slowly gained sentience and gone rogue and tried to kill Dr. Robotnik in a darker
my
sense. It was so cool, but his
Hell.
ending was sad. I don't like it.
Yeah, I remember that ending pretty well.
Dude, he had to fight his own brother to like win, and he was still damaged in the end and blew up. And the last thing he sees,
Oh.
is there's a baby bird that Amy was trying to help, and Amy told like E102 to like find this bird and like get him to his family and all that stuff. He saw it as the last thing and then explodes and dies, and we get to see the last memory of his profile before he shuts down was like Amy and was it like all the Sonic characters? Or was
I
it
don't think
just
it was all the
Amy?
Sonic characters. I think it was just Amy
Yeah,
because he built a strong relationship with Amy,
Amy, yeah,
but not really any of the other characters.
yeah. I think anyways, you also get to play as Knuckles and Big the cat.
You could also play as Amy if I remember.
Oh yeah,
right.
you can play as Amy too. I forgot about that. Okay, that's the first game. The second game is essentially the same thing. However, in addition to this game, you get to play either the villains or the good guys. So the good guys, we have
Wow.
yeah. Chase, stop here. I see your
No, it doesn't
sarcasm.
sound.
No. I
don't mean
pretty
to
sure
make it
he's
sound
being
sarcastic.
genuine.
all right.
Like it may sound sarcastic,
It
but
sounded
I think
sarcastic.
he's being genuine.
Okay, anyway.
No, I'm sorry.
All right, look. In the game, the good guys is obviously Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. Amy is excluded even though she's in the game, which makes no sense. I think they should have added as as an additional character, but whatever.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, they were trying to figure out what were they trying to do with Amy.
Honestly, yeah. And in the other one, it's Shadow, Eggman, and Rouge. The first time we actually see Rouge, to be honest.
And one of the most blessed and cursed characters
Which one?
to ever enter in the Sonic franchise.
Which one?
Rouge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. Took you long enough.
I'm sorry, I lost track.
Yeah,
I'm that oblivious. Anyways,
definitely Rouge.
no rule 34 right here, okay? Is it 34 or is it a different number? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's
34.
Okay.
But that's not gonna stop me.
Aww,
Stop.
no fair.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyway, I will admit, I wish that in the good guy's side, Tails wasn't in his mech all the time, because I like it, but I also kind of hate it, because in the first game you essentially played Tails like a normal character with his own tails and all that stuff. That's just one thing, but he's all in the good guys thing. He's always in a mech. And just to make it more fun, apparently Dr. Robotnik, being as Eggman, you're also in a mech. But I understand why Eggman has to be in a machine all the time, because he's not really...
Because he's a fat bitch.
Yeah, he is. Eros, Dr. Robotnik!
More fucking fat son of a bitch. Fucking fat. Yeah, he's basically fat.
All right.
Uh.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
We will not mention this ever again. Anyways. The whole storyline was kind of everywhere. I will admit that it was their first time making like a story to the game, and it kind of was everywhere. But essentially, it still gave me that kind of dopamine, nostalgia, and all that stuff. It was so good. Yeah, sure, graphics were questionable, but it was at the beginning of their peaks, and it was still really good.
All right.
That's just one. That's the second one, right? I'm on the third one now, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you talked about the Game & Watch, you talked about the Dreamcast, and you talked about a... Oh, wait.
Game
Yeah.
Oh, no, the Dreamcast was a part of what you said. Okay.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyways,
No, but
the next one that I have considered putting is weird, I guess.
Okay.
I don't think I should count it. I don't know if I'm just gonna...
We're gonna count it.
You want me to count it?
We're gonna
it's a
count it.
playable video game and you
Yeah, it
enjoyed it,
is.
it counts.
Okay, I'm gonna say Slime Ranchers. Slime Ranchers are just... These are...
Oh, really?
I
that's a
actually
pretty good
enjoy
game.
that game. I actually really enjoy the game. And I feel surprised that no one, including MatPat, doesn't make a theory about this, because it's interesting. The world itself, the alien planet that you're on, that you're supposed to farm these slimes, is just so bizarre and interesting. And if people say that there's no storyline, there is. The more you progress, the more characters you interact. And every character that you interact just has a story in itself, and it's so interesting.
I just want to add to what you're saying. I think as you progress the game as well, more gets revealed about the world.
Yeah, I'm not even
In fact, one of the big mysteries is what exactly happened to the temples.
Yeah,
Because quantum slimes are a thing now, and apparently they were created due to an event that happened with the temples.
it was weird.
It was a weird
Oh,
thing.
dang.
I know, that's what I was saying. I'm like, there's a lot of things that I don't know, but I find it interesting. Now, Slime Ranchers in itself, it's an adorable game. It's cute as shit. Maddie barely showed me the plushies that they made, and I want one so bad. They're so cute. My personal favorite, though, my personal favorite in general is what's it called? The Calico Cats? Are they called Calico? The ones that have, like, the weird stripe that kind of looks like a cat.
You mean the hunter cats?
Yes, Hunter Cats.
No, the hunter plorb. The hunter
Yeah.
slimes.
Hunter Slimes.
Hunter slimes.
They look so cool and cute. But the one that's personally to me the most cutest out of all of them is the silver slimes, the electric slimes. You know those ones that
Oh, the
flatten themselves.
silverfish slime.
Yeah, silverfish slimes. They're so cute. Unfortunately, you can't capture them. Like,
Hopefully in the second
but you
game you
can-
can.
you can like capture their electricity plorps by feeding them electricity, which is so fucking cool. Like essentially. And another thing that was confirmed that the plorps are literally an energy source technically.
That's gross.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, so we're
Like, think
using,
about that for a
we're
second.
using crystal poop from a slime to make energy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's their
Oh.
poop.
I
The
really.
power of excrement compels you.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of people didn't realize that. I'm like, when you feed an animal and something comes out of it, it's clear.
It's usually poop.
Yeah, it's clear it's poop. You're essentially collecting poop. But this poop...
The circle of life.
Yeah, but this poop is not like mushy, gross poop. Instead, it's like diamonds that look like Jolly Ranchers for some reason.
I bet they don't taste like Jolly Ranchers,
I
though.
bet, yeah. Actually, you can eat some of the plorps, too. Remember the honey slime?
Well, actually, yeah, that's true.
The honey slime can actually produce sweet plorps that's so sweet that other slimes can accidentally eat it. By the way, when slimes eat a plorp of a different slime, they will have the appearance of that other slime, but still having the original form that they were. Just a little bit of a mix. But now
So
they
it's a
can-
combination of the two. They're
Yeah.
just
But now they can produce two types of plorps, which is so cool.
Oh, interesting.
But if they eat a third plorp from a different slime, they become tars. And tars are this evil-looking, ferocious, venom-looking thing that eats every slime. And when they're all gone, the tars just essentially blow up. Or just bite you. They will constantly eat you.
That's
Yeah,
mean.
that sounds
I
like
know.
a tar thing to do.
Yeah, no. I actually wanted to farm one, but honestly, unfortunately, if they don't eat any other slimes,
They don't last.
they don't last long. They just blow up.
But the thing is, you can't feed them either because, like, as soon as they eat one, they multiply.
Oh yeah, no, that's what sucks. They essentially poop out other themselves.
So they're basically a parasite or
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah,
kind
pretty
of like
much.
a microscopic organism.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, that's like the one. That's my thing. So I'm gonna place number one for Sonic Adventures and the Dreamcast and all that stuff. I think that was number one for me personally.
Okay.
Second to me, will be Slime Ranchers, and last is Gaming Watch. And I still have nostalgia and all that stuff, but it's like essentially the beginning of how I started liking games, video games, and all that stuff.
Which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable.
See? Okay.
I'm still gonna call you a boomer, though.
What the fuck? Why? I'm not like.
You know, I would honestly love to own like a very nostalgic console, but I never had the ability to
Dude.
own one of
I
those.
believe
There is one thing that we all agree on, though, right?
What?
Yeah.
Minecraft is the best game ever.
I'd say one of the best, but
I'd
yeah.
say
Oh,
one
how
of the
dare
best
you.
games.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not like I wouldn't say it's at the bottom of my list,
Okay.
but I wouldn't say it's at the very top.
Okay,
You
fine.
already heard my very top.
Okay. Fine.
I'd say
You know,
that's
to
a
be
solid
fair,
fifth
it is
place.
one of the best games in general because a lot of people have played it anyway.
Well, yeah. That's the thing is it's just so cool. Despite being a simplistic design, it has a lot of world building to it, and it's not ending. It's not even done.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. They just added the warden,
I fucking
and
love
apparently,
me and Chase,
that warden
right,
can kill
Chase?
the wither.
Yeah, right. Me
Yeah.
and Chase are planning to make a big building, which, by the way, I added more to it, Chase. I added the
Okay.
river of lava. Unfortunately,
Oh, the moat? Or
unfortunate.
just a...
I think it's just a river. It's like right in front of our houses to block it and all that stuff. But unfortunately, the fucking warden walked through it.
What the f***?
No.
How did that happen?
I have no idea, but he can survive lava apparently.
Oh,
Because
I
he's a
know.
warden. He has the power.
we
of
should
bullshit.
build like an obsidian gate or something.
Oh, I hope that's enough to stop him. I did put him
Actually,
I did put like what's it called, the Wither versus the Warden, and I was frightened out of my mind because the Warden won 3 times. Wither
That's-
won
Oh my
only
gosh.
twice.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Imagine the warden
fucking
being so
crazy.
powerful he one-shots the wither.
he basically kind of
It
did.
basically two shots everything that moves.
I'm not done. Like the Wither was putting up a good fight too, but like the Warden, for some odd reason, had like this weird sound thing that shoots out of his chest, which I didn't pay attention.
Oh,
But his
yeah.
animation like shows that his rib cage just opens up and then fires. It was so
That's
cool,
cool.
but also what the actual fuck? That's the thing that killed me, Chase. Remember?
Yeah, he showed up out of nowhere and blew you into non-existence.
Oh, no. I went to the
It was
water.
terrifying.
It was funny that you were just watching this go down. I went to the water. I'm like, haha, you can't swim. And he just stands there shouting at me. And then he's like, you piece of shit, you think you're safe? Just opens his chest up.
Activate Iron Man arc beam.
And then essentially I died. And Chase like had
And then
to-
I just sat there on that lily pad, terrified for my life, hoping he would not see me.
Oh no, the worst part is I didn't know this is an additional feature. If he's way too close to you, and if you hear him do that weird sniffing sound, he already found you.
Oh,
That's
no.
scary.
Yeah, that's the scary part. He can smell you.
Like the caves and cliffs update already made me somewhat skeptical of going into caves
Oh my
because
god!
I could die from literally anything.
But the cave
But
of the
now,
warden is just so cool
With
too.
the warden, it's even more of a reason to stay away.
But I did find out, Chase, applying a carpet
Yeah.
or just wool blocks onto the floor essentially cancels out the sounds. But you just have to carry a whole bunch of carpet with you just so you don't fucking mess up.
Oh, that's handy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially, they now have sound,
Uh huh.
pretty much.
Yeah, but
Alright.
I can
Well, that's
see.
interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chase was the judge, right?
Yeah, he's the
Oh, okay.
executioner of this. But unless he wants to say any other games that he wants to point out. I mean, he only said one. You can be. You're allowed to join too.
Oh, you know what? I will create a list, but I won't be part of the competition. I
Yeah.
should say.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Obviously,
You can give everyone
you're the judge.
You already mentioned one, and that was fuck.
Infamous.
The
Yeah. Yes.
Infamous series.
Infamous.
You know what? I actually might add that to the list just because, and I'll just evaluate and expand upon my thoughts on it. So as a kid, I only had like a Game Boy and a DS as my priority entertainment. And then when
To be
those were
fair,
canceled
who
out, it was almost the end of the world. It was almost the end of the world. And then I had my PS2, which I'll get to one of my favorite games on that PS2 later. And then I had the PS3, which came. And funny story, I think my mom won a competition for the PS3, so that's how I got it. And it came in a pack with like 4 other games, actually. 4 other games. Uncharted 1 and 2,
Lucky.
Infamous 1 and 2.
Lucky son of a bitch.
I know, I'm beyond lucky. I'm like, what the freak? How did we get this?
The most we've ever won was a slap on the wrist for not cleaning their house properly.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I did grow up in a white family,
you
so
want
it's
to know
only,
some? Yeah, you privileged white man. I see how it is. You privileged white man. I see how you do things. Trying to rub in your wealth. Ha!
It-
While the
well, you
beater's
know
over
what? I
here
at least
working.
try and humble myself. That's all that matters.
all right. FYI, I'm
Okay.
gonna say this like little nitpick of info. I will say, no matter how far we run, no matter how hard we hide, Mexican moms have the accuracy with the chancla. That's
Dude, they have the
godlike.
accuracy of God.
It's God. It's like literally we can't run away because when
doesn't
she
matter.
does,
Oh no.
it
Doesn't
just
matter. She can just hunt you down with it. She can ricochet that shit off of walls. That shit ain't normal.
oh yeah no
normal
you want to
human
do
should
okay.
be able to do
This
that.
is one little story. My brothers were both in trouble in a way, but one
Well,
was more in
no,
trouble.
one
One
was-
was more in trouble
No,
than
no,
the
no.
other.
One
right?
was causing problems,
okay.
and the other one was just minding his own business.
Okay.
And he tried running away, and that was a big
Oh
mistake
no.
because not only did she hit him with the chancla, she also bounced that shit off of him and hit my other brother in the face. it was,
Didn't
was
it
two for the
both?
price of
Didn't
one.
both of them get hit in the face with that?
They both got hit in the face. Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's some terrifying shit.
Yeah, that's why
Oh my gosh.
That's why we never piss off our mom. She's just terrifying.
Oh my
Like,
gosh, that's so
love you.
freaking funny.
Hugs and kisses
Oh my
everywhere,
God.
Mom. But just please, no
Loves
chocolate.
and kisses.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, continue, Chase. Sorry.
No, it's okay. You know what? I had my laugh, and I think about that. You know what? And it won't be the last time laughing. But
Yeah.
still, I had a good laugh.
Good. Good.
Anyway, so with the PS3 that my parents won for some reason, it came with 4 games: Uncharted 1 and 2, and then Infamous 1 and 2. And I add specifically to my list the third one. No, not the third one. The second one. Just because I grew up playing this type of plotted type game where you are a superhuman trying to stop an unstoppable force that's inevitably coming. And it's quite an interesting, and it becomes more interesting as you make more decisions and meet more characters and gain new abilities, and it's just overwhelmingly really good in my opinion.
Nice.
And just to be clear, there is technically a third and fourth one, and I'm sure you're aware of it. Where
I'm gonna be honest right here. I'd never seen or played Uncharted. Again,
I played a couple.
You played a couple? I didn't even know that.
Just a couple.
Oh.
Not really a lot to say or form an opinion on the game.
Because you don't know all of it, of course.
I don't know all of it, but the stuff that I played was fun.
The second one?
I believe so.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. By the entire gaming industry, the second one is regarded as one of the best games that's ever been made. Not gonna even lie.
But like I said, I haven't played enough to form a strong opinion, but I do appreciate that the game is there.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've played the entire series front to back. I've played the entire series.
That sounds like fun then.
Quite the journey. But I'll actually talk about that as one of my items on the list, but I'm going back to Infamous for a minute.
Okay, sounds good.
So, Infamous, the third one was kind of a spin-off. It has nothing to do with the first one, but there is DLC connecting to the second one, which I was very happy about. And it's honestly a very interesting take on conduits, because it's an entirely different person with an entirely different culture in their lives, but and interesting nonetheless. The fourth one, it was okay. It didn't suck, but it wasn't like blockbuster amazing, just because it's not like a franchise looking forward to game, because
Yeah, okay.
I mean no one really asked for it.
It's
but
one
it
of the
was
games that was
definitely nice
just
to have.
thrown in there just cause, but nobody really
But I mean,
hates it or likes
yeah,
it.
I mean nobody hates
It's
it,
kinda
but
neutral.
no one really has it as their favorite.
Exactly.
Oh.
So, okay, and for Infamous 2, yeah, I just loved, and you know what, that's why that game was so influential to me. I based, like, a made-up character off of him, just because I love the idea of having the ability to control lightning, because it looked so freaking cool. It was one of the most coolest looking things I've ever seen.
Ew.
Like, the first game, what's that?
Like,
What was that all about?
I'm just gonna say, like, you always had, like, a big soft part for anyone who wielded electricity or lightning or fucking thunder.
Yes.
I always noticed
I
that
think
about
you know
you.
this very well.
Like, that was such
Yeah,
a
you
thing.
know this very
Back
well.
then,
Oh.
hear me out, Jesus. Back
All
then
right,
in
here.
elementary, yeah, was it elementary? Yeah. You always made up, like, this character that always had, like, lightning. He had to have lightning with him. Like, it was such a thing.
Cool.
Yeah. And I always question, why does he like lightning so much? And then I see, I
just
guess.
like seeing phones charged.
Hey, yeah, it would be very useful. Do you realize how often you reach into your pocket, pull out your phone, and your phone is 1% away
Okay.
from dying?
Just
Yeah.
this is off topic completely, but I want to say like anyone. Okay, my girlfriend keeps telling me, and this happened today. I told her, I'm like, I'm pretty sure Link is an elf, right?
He is an elf.
Apparently,
Yes, an elf.
apparently, my
No.
girlfriend explained it to me that they're not elves, that they're essentially some kind of race similar to humans, and or maybe I'm explaining it wrong, but I still consider it as an elf because it
Uh-huh.
has pointy ears, blonde hair, fucking sword or shield, and sometimes a bow and arrow. It's the same thing.
Guys, I have a confession. I have a confession to make about that. I have never played any Legend of Zelda games.
Well, me neither. I've
Like,
never
at all.
played it, but the thing is,
I've played a couple.
I've
Like, that's
seen
the thing.
it.
I haven't even played one. I haven't even played
Oh
like
my
some of the
gosh.
8-bit ones.
I've only played one, and that was the what's it called? The new one, the free roaming.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
Regarded
So,
as one of the best
yeah,
games.
that one is really good.
So
I love it.
the reason why I played that game was because my girlfriend really wanted me to connect to the game and all that stuff, and I was dissing on it as I was going. She was
The only
getting-
thing I connected with that was how thick Zelda was. That's about it.
I've like in the game. I haven't seen Zelda yet. Instead, you just start off as Link in boxers. Just get out of the game, and then like you have to get
Uh-huh.
you have to get your clothes and all that stuff, which I find it weird that like, you know, if you're gonna go to sleep for 1,000 years in a cryogenic sleep, wouldn't you not need your boxers? Because if you think about it, cryogenic sleep, if you have like something on, you are going to have it fused or either damage some part of your body.
Well, it's Nintendo.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah,
They
well,
have
but
to
they could have
censor it in
censored
some
it. They could put the screen cut off like from his ass and just like walk him around like that.
Just with a massive fucking block, like a black bar just covering half of your fucking screen.
That would have been great. Anyway,
What? And then as soon as you double jump, the bar just goes up and down like this.
I feel like I'm gonna be dissing on this a little bit more because there's this weird item, and she's like, "Oh, it's like an old artifact," and I'm like, "It's a tablet. It can take pictures. It can do stuff, and on the screen, it's a tablet." She's like, "It's an artifact. It's a tablet." I never stop saying it that
It's-
way.
It's a tablet. It's a tablet. It's a tablet. I'm sorry. Sorry to anybody who likes the game. It's a fucking tablet.
I find it weird.
It's
too.
like my smartphone. It's a fucking smartphone.
Also, I love. This is gonna make people get angry. I love killing my own character in the game. Sounds horrible, but every time he
What
dies,
the fuck
his-
is up with that?
like
Actually,
every
now that
time
I
he
think about
dies,
it.
his body just goes into this weird ragdoll mode, and sometimes I manage to spaz his legs somehow to make him look like he's a helicopter on the ground.
Oh my god.
It was weird. It was a weird game. I loved it though. It
multiple
was.
times where I've gotten killed and I got shot up millions of meters into the air, and it was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Anyways, proceed to your story.
Anyway.
I
Going back to Infamous 3, no 2, sorry. What the f***'s wrong with me? And
What?
you know what, to be fair, the Infamous 3 game was almost not revolutionary, but like a big step in the Infamous series, just because we haven't seen a game that was created for the Infamous series in like, what, 5 years, 6 years maybe, since the previous one. And so it was such a nostalgia trip just to go revisit the mechanics and revisit, you know, sort of the story development between these characters that were similar to the first and second game. It was just a throwback, and yeah, that's why it's in my list. I might list them
That sounds
off
good.
like how Miguel did, list
Okay.
them all, and then just go like 1 to
Go
3 or 3 to 1.
1, 2, and 3.
Wait, how many you've already put? How many games you already set up?
I've only mentioned
2?
Infamous 2.
So
That was
one was
one of
the
them.
example.
Oh, so but I thought the first example that you just introduced was already one game.
Yeah.
Oh
that
no,
was
yeah,
one.
It's
it is. Well, I mean, I mentioned Infamous 2
Because you
as
mentioned
an example,
Infamous-
but I
oh, okay.
liked having it on the list.
Okay. So we already got first one in. Go ahead to the next
Okay.
one.
I even might have an honorable mention, like Help Miguel or Jesus de or
It was me. It
which
was
one are we
me.
doing?
The credit's
Oh,
me.
okay.
Well, if you're gonna have honorable mentions, let me have one.
We'll do it when we
Like,
come
we'll
back.
do it after.
We'll
We'll do it
let
after.
you have an
After.
honorable mention.
Yeah. Fine.
But
I'll
okay.
let you have an honor. Do you want to
Okay.
mention it now?
No. You
We'll do it
continue
later.
your thing. I didn't mean to sound like a dick.
Oh no,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
saying.
You know what? I honestly thought the same thing when he mentioned his honorable mention. I was like, maybe Nintendo fans should have a mention as well.
I mean, because like
So-
it's only fair, right?
It's only fair. It's only fair. Okay. Continuing the list. Like I mentioned, when I had a PS2, it was one of the best consoles I've ever had. I played the crap out of that console until it eventually came to its inevitable end of not working anymore.
Oh my god, that is the worst thing to happen. I remember that happened to
absolutely
ours.
the worst.
Wait, Chase, I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Did you take it to the backyard and shotgun it into the face?
Oh my god, really? Really? We're not gonna escape
No, I
from
just
this.
threw it in the trash like
Wow!
Oh, that's so lame.
Actually, funny enough, I actually kept it for a really long time. I don't know what I think I did eventually throw it out.
Chase, you
And
gotta-
realizing now, I could have had it like fixed, and I could have replayed some old games. And I
Chase,
feel really guilty about it
You
now.
gotta understand. You gotta put it out of its misery. You're just making it suffer.
Nah.
Yeah, nah.
I'm just kidding.
He's gonna have a dying phone. He's just gonna be like, nah, I'm not gonna plug it in. I'm just gonna throw it in the trash. I don't even have to do it old Yeller style. I just have to throw it in the trash.
The console slowly whispers,
Oh my
"Kill
god.
me, kill me."
And then you have a TV
Oh my god.
TV that just randomly turns off. And he's gonna be like, nah, I'm just gonna throw it the fuck in the trash. Everything's gonna go in the trash.
Oh my gosh.
All right, continue.
I was about to do another joke, but I
Yeah,
think
no,
that's
keep-
enough.
no, that's
Okay,
good.
go.
Continue.
Actually, I don't even know. I'm arguing between another game that I play on the PS4 or I used to play frequently on the PS4, and I'm arguing between another one that I played on the PS2. Because you know what, I might have two honorable mentions because I can't leave it out. I'm just gonna mention on my list a PS4 game. So, the first time I heard of a samurai game coming out, I was stoked.
Oh.
For some reason, I was
I think
really
I know
stoked.
Wait, describe this game so we know what you're talking about.
The game is called Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, figured.
I keep hearing about it.
No, hear me out though. Hear me out. And it's the same creators of Infamous, and that's why I enjoy this game company so much.
Okay.
They make incredible games.
Watch, and the third game is gonna be Sly Cooper. I'm calling it. I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, exactly. No, but this game was one of the most incredible looking games, one of the best playing games, and the story and characters were just so fun to listen to their dialogue.
I heard
Grow
that
up
the
with them.
creators of the game, they ended up getting an island named after them because
Yeah,
Japan
that's true.
thought it was like such an honorable thing to do, and how they told the story
Yeah.
was well done. So they had an island named after them.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That's
it's true.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. And the game won several awards, but it did not win first place for the best game of the year. Which I was
That I
very
told-
disappointed. I think it lost to The Last of Us.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, it was up against The Last of Us. Then that makes a little more sense. I mean,
Last of Us.
The Last of Us, the first one or the second one?
The second one.
Oh no!
Oh, actually, I know that thing was rigged from the very get go.
No, yeah, it was. I feel that
the
was definitely right.
everybody knew that the second one was gonna
a
win,
lot of people are gonna.
and
assume,
everybody was very pissed off about it,
yeah, a lot of
especially
people.
Yeah.
the devs that were working on it.
I don't. Okay,
Yeah.
look, I'm gonna just say this. Like, look, I understand that everyone likes to put a female character strong and all that stuff, but hear me out. Whenever you do
Okay.
that in a movie or in a game, please do a good job about it. I don't have a problem with it. The issue is that it's just when you do it, you make the guys look irrelevant and useless and pieces of shit.
Okay.
It's very sexist in a sense.
Here, wait. I gotta point out something really quick. One of the biggest problems I have with female characters,
Okay.
they portray them like men,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Fair enough.
very poorly written men at that.
Now, unless if the point is you're trying to make this girl like a tomboy, that's okay. That's
Even
just
then-
admit it. But
Even then, they still have to have those flaws, man.
yeah, I know.
You have to write a character with flaws. A
'Cause if-
character with no flaw is a Mary Sue, and a Mary Sue is boring to watch. That's just how
Just
it
like
is.
Ray. Just like Ray from
That's
Star Wars.
Oh no, I hate her
Oh
completely.
fuck Ray. And whoever
Yeah.
likes her can at me on that, but fuck Ray.
You know
Like
what's
she
funny?
doesn't deserve to be there.
You know what's hilarious? I was scrolling through YouTube one time, and I saw a poll list, and the question said, "Who would you have as your master?" And it listed Plow Koon, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Rey. And there was a small percentage of people who chose Rey. And when I looked through the comments, there were several people saying, "May God have mercy on those
Mercy
souls
on the
who
people
voted
who
for
chose
Rey."
Ray, right?
Yes.
Because
Who
Ray
was
is
the
just such a
highest one?
poorly written
Who's the highest
character.
one?
I
probably
think it was
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ah.
Yeah, Obi-Wan.
Well, if he wasn't
Obi-Wan
doing
is a good character. I love him.
look, okay,
I
we'll
love
ignore the
Obi-Wan.
fact that the show ever existed. It is a good character.
The show is not canon. The show is not canon.
It's irrelevant.
It may be Disney, but I refuse to believe it's canon.
Disney just ruins a lot of things.
Anyway, where are we going with this? I forgot. Oh yeah, I
You
was
were talking about Ghost of Tsushima.
The game is so incredible, and it gives you the option to customize, which I absolutely love. I love customization.
Oh.
I'm not good at
Who
it.
doesn't love
but I customizing.
customizations?
Yeah, and the game mechanics are so simple, they're so easy, and they're just very fun. And when you play New Game Plus, it takes everything that you've earned from the previous play into the new play, and it adds a lot more features. And on top of that, the DLC, which I'll admit was a bit strange to add, even though there's somehow a supernatural element to the first part of the game, and there was just like a crap ton of like supernatural elements added to the DLC, which is fine, but I didn't like it as much as I was hoping. But it was still good. It was still definitely
I guess that's fair. At least you tried out.
at least they tried. But yeah, the gameplay was fun, and the story ending the game was so satisfying and so fun. And ironically, it ends the game with a choice, which is interesting and out of the blue. Not
Okay,
being
that
alive.
is kind of weird. 'Cause
But
isn't it supposed to be
and that's-
historically accurate?
yeah,
Or something like
well,
that.
it's you know what? I was actually going to talk about this. It's what actually happened to Tsushima during the Edo period of Tsushima. It was completely taken over, and it was easy for them. They easily taken over, wiped like clean off the table. But what's very interesting though, during the invasion of the Mongols invading Japan, they are a small island compared to the gigantic, enormous empire of the Mongolian Empire. But they were they were defeated by the small island Japan. So easily. It was
Oh, that's
so
cool.
interesting to learn.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, but some dark things that I learned about it was Mongolian soldiers would strap Japanese women to the
Oh yeah,
dead
yeah,
Japanese
yeah,
women to the boats and use that as a
It's-
fear weapon.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
Holy
no, that's
shit.
some messed
No.
up shit.
That just okay.
Yeah.
That just reminded me of like what's it? Have you seen that show Goblin Slayer?
Nope.
Haven't.
No, it's an
I have
anime
not.
show. The goblins do something similar, but the female
my God.
victims were like stripped down and like beaten to a like almost a bloody pulp, and like they were still alive, but using them as human shields, so the other characters.
Oh
wouldn't,
my
like,
god!
I know it's so fucked up.
I'm just here trying to process all of what I was just given.
Yeah, no, Goblin Slayer is like the most darkest anime show I've ever had. And this is just goblins. These were goblins. These were fucking horrible. Anyways, off topic. Continue.
Okay. Ghost of Tsushima, good game, love it, recommend it if you ever get the chance to play it. And I think that's that.
Chase,
Well, yes.
can I mention like every time you're like doing it as a short way, you're like trying to honor it and all that stuff. It just reminded me of Jeff Goldblum. Is that his name? The guy from Jurassic World. Like, oh, you got to understand, nature is gonna find a way. You know, doesn't that Jesus? Doesn't it seem like he's doing that? Like Chase does that weird flare, and it's like, it's weird.
No,
I don't mean to flare. I just
no.
I see it a little bit. I don't know.
No.
I mean, I accept the compliment.
Uh,
But I mean, one more thing about the game. It's honestly the one game that got me hooked so much, and I was not a weeb at all
What?
until I played Ghost of Tsushima and I watched Beastars. I became an absolute anime
I became
child.
full weeb. We must protect ourselves from the weeb.
Not only did I become
I'm a
a weeb, I
paladin.
became
So FYI, like every time someone says this, and I'm gonna sound like such a paladin, where I just like deny all this sexual stuff and be like, stand back, don't! And just-
oh my god, it's like the meme where it's like the meme. Stand back, wench. I just don't want to be horny anymore.
I remember that. He was just like silence, wench.
or like,
I don't wish to be horny anymore.
or like the other.
I only wish to be happy.
The only thing
Oh my
that I find much more hilarious is when they were dissing on a succubus. He's like, "Hey, no one loves you, you piece of shit." And then like
Oh my
the
god.
succubus is like, "Yeah, I know." And that actually caused damage to her. Like, and she's
Oh my god.
all the
I
other
think the funny
paladins
part
are like,
was the two paladins in the
it's like,
background.
dude, she's crying. You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was gonna cry.
I didn't think she would cry. You made a succubus cry. How fucking dare you? Like,
Okay, you're already at your second
Okay.
one now, so we got
Yeah, I got that out of the way.
alright.
So and this actually may even be my top one, top list of my entire game list.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not one game; it's multiple games, and it's the
Nice.
entirety of Uncharted.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah,
didn't we?
it's-
Yeah. You
it's-
know what? No,
okay,
man, I'll
so-
allow it.
You did mention. Well, he mentioned it, but never claimed that was gonna be a game that he was gonna explain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Fine.
Okay, so I grew up playing the PS3 a lot. I think
Yeah.
I played it a lot more than Chandler
Yeah, you privileged white man.
or my brother.
Oh gosh, are we
Um,
going on about this again?
So I played the entirety of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 front to back multiple times, and then when the fourth one and fifth one came out, I played those back to back as well. I really enjoyed the story that came along with it, and it was really sad to see end on the fourth game. At least Drake's journey. The fifth one continued with as a spin-off with characters that we're familiar with in the series, but it was still an enjoyable game, even though it was quite short. Overall, very fun experience. I feel bad for the third one because I understand why it's so heavily criticized because supernatural things that was weird that happened and story
Okay,
was
yeah,
kind of boring.
That would be
Yeah.
kind of weird, I
No.
guess.
Yeah, and I get that, and I understand criticism very well, and I can express it when it's needed. But personally, I honestly love the third one just because there's a charm to it of the action that just feels super immersive. I absolutely adore it.
Okay.
The first one was the very first one I started off with. Good one. The second one, obviously one of the best ones because it's Uncharted 2. It's rated as one of the games of the year, I think. Third one, really good. Fourth one, actually, I think is one of the best ones as well. So it's tied between fourth and second.
Okay.
And the fifth one, not as good. I'd say it's like at like a little bit higher level than the third one, but it's still really good.
All right.
And yeah, that's it. I just like the entirety of the series. It's just really good.
So
And I agree.
now
But
you
All right. Sounds.
which is first, which
Okay.
is second, and which is third.
if I had to list the entirety of the series, it'd be
Well, no, not the whole
Or-
series. I meant the games that you just told us right now.
oh no, yeah. Well, I mean, if I, in my opinion, I had to list the series in tier, it'd be 4, 2, Lost Legacy, 3. Oh no, sorry, 4, 2, 1, Lost Legacy, and 3.
Oh, so this is
Okay.
the Uncharted games, huh?
Yeah,
Just making sure that's clear. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good.
and just
All
a
right.
couple of honorable mentions. I don't want to take any more time.
All right.
Shadow the Hedgehog PS2,
I understand that.
Childhood.
You're good.
Wait, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Childhood.
So I get
Yes,
a lot of people
childhood.
might assume that it's like a horrible game and all that stuff, but hear me out. They weren't sure what the hell were they doing on that story because it was going all over the place. It was supposed to be like a multi-choice story, like you pick.
Yeah, but
good
they
and-
weren't consistent
and
with
that's the
Shadow's
problem.
character.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He was never an edgelord to begin with.
He
He was more of a.
Uh,
He was more of a reserved. He was more of a reserved character, being
That's
socially awkward every now and then, but knowing when to be a threat and when to take things seriously. That's the kind of character he generally was.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, unfortunately, Shadow the Hedgehog didn't really do very well.
I kind of wish they did a better job with it, though. Like, try to make people feel. And I think the one thing that when it made it go down even more was because it was on GameCube, unfortunately. So,
I mean, I guess that's part of
I
the
played it on
problem.
PS2.
But I think it's. I think the main problem is that they go against what Shadow originally was. A character who wants to fulfill a promise to his best friend. That's really what his character was about.
That's true. Yeah.
It was cool. All right.
I honestly played the game just for the cutscenes. It was really fun,
You're like,
and the multiplayer.
also, did you kind of?
Oh, yeah.
Did you get to hold guns and start shooting like a maniac as Shadow?
Oh yeah, I did it all the time.
Guns blazing, humans, get the fuck out of the way!
It's like every
Honestly,
single-
in my opinion, one of the better Sonic games.
Okay, understandable. No, I don't blame you. Shadow is actually the most edgiest character, and also another favorite character of mine. So you're good.
Last honorable mention. I won't say any more after this. Breath
Okay.
of the Wild, hands down, one very good
Okay,
game.
yeah, that's
understandable too.
also fair. Like I said, I've never really played any Legends of Zelda games.
No, me neither.
I should really get to that one.
Just
My
one.
girlfriend honestly made me sit through Ocarina of Time for a minute, and I'm currently trying to finish Twilight Princess, which
Oh
is
my
also a really
God.
good game, but it's
That's
hard to get through.
such a. Oh my god! I feel like your girlfriend and my girlfriend are just like such fucking
They
opposites.
might get
like,
along
how,
too well. For
like
Zelda
how
games or
the
something.
hell? How the hell is like my girlfriend forcing me to play Breath of the Wild, while your girlfriend is trying to do the same thing, but not Breath of the Wild, Ocarina of Time, and like it's so, it's strange. Look, hear me out. Anyone who's listening to this, hear me out. Chase and me are bipolar opposites. I'm very chaotic at times, and I just like to do things my way. And Chase is such a pacifist. Now our girlfriends, they're the opposites. And then like my girlfriend, she's such a sweetheart. She gives mercy to humanity, even though humanity doesn't deserve it. And like, she's like a pacifist. And then you're dating a girl who's essentially the chaotic version of me. It's so weird.
I know,
Well-
and I thought this to myself when you became my best friend and she became my girlfriend. I was like, am I just dating a Miguel? What's going on here? I hate
Am I
this.
secretly gay? Is that what you were thinking?
Oh my fucking
Did
god.
I fall in love with my best friend?
Oh my god.
And my best friend happens to
Actually,
have
I-
a dick?
Oh my god. Don't. No. 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 No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
It is a sin. How dare you take something? Ah! All right, I'm done.
Oh my gosh.
god.
Man,
Okay.
if I were the paladin, I would have
yeah.
taken out a shotgun and said, "Unacceptable."
Yeah. Fair
All right.
enough.
Okay. Well, I
Okay,
guess
now for,
it's my turn for
Nintendo fans,
honorable
honorable
mentions.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess since Chase did 2, I'll do 2 as well.
Does that mean I have to do one
Um,
more?
I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay.
I guess. So one of the honorable mentions that I want to do is Jedi Fallen Order. That game was a
Ooh.
lot of fun. I had a lot of fun playing the game. The story was kind of like it started getting good near the end. Like it wasn't like it was terrible in the beginning.
Dude,
It just felt like the game was really starting to get good near the end. Plus, Darth Vader was in it. That's a win in my book.
wait, how? I thought that was the old Republic. Oh wait,
Huh?
you're talking
No, no,
about
no.
a different game.
Jedi
I'm sorry.
Fallen
I'm
Order.
sorry. That's wrong.
No,
game.
not the old Republic
Okay.
games. Though, admittedly, those ones would probably be somewhere on the list. Not really sure where.
Okay,
But
continue.
anyway, as I was saying, one of the cool things about the game is the ability to customize your lightsaber. Because at first, you start off with a basic lightsaber with a damaged handle at the bottom. I thought that was a weird little detail at first. But then later on, you can actually find a piece that can allow you to put a second emitter on the end of the handle, which
Oh my
gives you a
gosh.
dual-bladed lightsaber.
That
One of the
is
coolest
sick.
things ever. But it gets even cooler. After he ends up
Oh,
breaking
no.
his lightsaber, you have to go get a new kyber crystal and essentially build a special kind of lightsaber. It's a lightsaber that's a dual-bladed lightsaber, but it can also detach into 2 different lightsabers. Like, that's how
Oh
cool
my
that was.
gosh.
That's how cool that shit was. And it was so
Honestly-
fun. I
Honestly,
enjoyed
this
playing it.
reminds me of The Force Unleashed because the customizable
Oh
lightsaber
yeah, the
colors you can
customizable
choose
lightsabers.
was really fun.
It was a
and
really
when-
fun thing.
The second one came, you can use 2 different customized lightsabers. And now when I hear you talk about this, I'm like, oh my freaking gosh, that sounds
Yeah,
so
no,
fun.
it was one of the coolest things ever, and I enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed mowing down through everyone. He had one of the most OP move sets, specifically one move where he takes the lightsabers apart and just swings them back and forth, and he
Oh
just
my God.
kills everything in his path. It was
Dang.
one of the best shit ever.
All right, that's
Okay.
your first
That's
honorable
the first
mention?
honorable mention.
What's the second one?
One of the second honorable mentions that I would personally like to do is all the Assassin's Creed games, specifically the first one all the way to the 4th one. Those ones have a very special spot in my heart. Personally, I don't think it's fair to put them on a list just because I grew up with a lot of these games. The whole stealth mechanics that are introduced, it was a lot of fun to play. I enjoyed a lot of stealth kills. I enjoyed the parkour systems. You were running around and jumping on buildings and even jumping off of high places, landing in hay bales. That shit was so fun. I love the stories that they have. I love Ezio's story, how it's like a whole arcing trilogy, and it's just him in search of the truth near the end of it. I love how in Assassin's Creed 3, we were playing as Haytham Kenway, and we assume he's an assassin, but he's actually a Templar, and the assassin we follow later on is Connor. I love how in Assassin's Creed 4, it's a pirate instead of an assassin. And yeah, I just feel like those games have a special spot in my heart.
Understandably, because, I mean, I've never played this series, but I was very familiar with it, and I was very admired of the series, and I absolutely adored what they did with it.
I loved what they did with the series. Well, at least
Until they added monsters and weird
and
crap
mythical
into the
beings
games.
and stuff like that.
makes no
And
sense.
then Origins was kind of fixing it, but then they took 2 steps back.
We won't bother talking
no.
about those.
Yeah.
We don't do that here.
For me, is it my turn now?
Yeah, your honorable mention, I guess.
The last honorable.
The last
mention.
one.
Okay, let me
Go ahead.
think. I gotta think.
You sound very uninterested.
I'm trying. Look, give me a moment. I gotta think. You see, I gotta like try to recharge my brain.
I can try
Yeah,
and think of
you have
another
your
honorable
thinking cap
mention if you
on you.
want.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. Man, yeah, I got it. Okay. So, I will say that honorable mention it goes to right now because I'm basically playing it and getting used to it is Gmod. It's a funny game.
Oh.
Nonetheless,
That's honestly a fair thing to say.
like hear me out. It's a very fun sandbox game. You mess around with stuff. I'm still trying to get used to the controls. It's so complicated. And I love it. I'm still discovering new things. I want to find out how to do tag because that seems like a fun game. I'm still not sure on how to do the
Love to
controls.
play that game with you guys.
No, I swear, Chase, you
Honestly-
have got to get a computer to do this game because it's fun.
It's one of the more
I know.
interesting games.
It is.
Just because
I
of how
still-
you can mess around with it.
Yeah, you get to basically make your own game if you want to or not. I got into a
That is very
random
interesting.
like online account and someone did like a zombie apocalypse scenario. The guy spawned a shit ton of zombies. They were just all attacking. They're one of those weird zombies that have like weird turkey things on their heads that just go.
Oh, yeah, those things.
You know those creepy little fucking fuckers, and like you shoot them in the body, and that's like you killed it, but then all of a sudden that turkey thing that was on its head like goes off and just launches at you, and it has like this weird ear
Yeah,
piercing.
that sounds like bullshit.
I know. I was like, bullshit, die. That's just one.
Oh my god.
There's different types of zombies. Like this, there's this weird dangling thing on the ceiling, and if you don't pay attention, because the guy actually managed to hide those things, you can get caught in its
Really?
weird trap, and it pulls you up and tries to eat you up. Whole.
That's some
Oh
messed
my
up
God.
I
shit.
know. I was like, what the fuck?
That sounds like something that happened in Back for Blood. If
I
I'm being
know.
honest. Like there was with the Leecher, wasn't it called?
I think the ones that sleep on the wall. I
No,
think
no. I was referring to that one giant thing that ran up at you one time and just picked you up and swallowed you whole.
Oh my god, no, that's the
Oh my
hag. That's the hag.
Yeah.
I hate her. She's okay. Essentially, Back for Blood is something else, and I still love the game. It's so interesting. But oh my god, I fucking hate the hag. She's this weird monster that looks like another version of Cthulhu, but small and no wings. And it just grabbed onto you and then tried to swallow you whole into its body as fast as possible. And like all my teammates had to shoot it, had to take it down fast before it swallows me and takes me away. It was gross. It
Oh
was
my
so
gosh.
weird.
That's one of the most.
But that's just
disgusting
one.
things.
There's so many zombies in that game. There's this one that has a bunch of these weird the things that I told you, those parasites on their heads. Instead, it has a bundle of them all over its body.
Oh,
so
yeah,
every time
yeah.
you
Oh my god.
like every
I
time it,
remember
came close, it kept throwing them at you. Like it grabs one of the things and throws it at you.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, I
extremely
remember that.
aggressive. And then there's one that's like, ew. It's like the same thing,
but much bigger.
lengthier, faster. Think of you've seen Left 4 Dead, right? The hunter, in a way. Think of it as that, only it runs at you at full speed, and like it's hard to hit because it tackles you down and kills you. And it scared the crap out of
Honestly,
Maddie.
that sounds exactly like a hunter.
Yeah, I know.
But I've never played the Left 4 Dead series.
Now,
Left
if
4
I
Dead's
recall,
fun
if
game.
I recall correctly, I think the game for what Gmod is using the zombies from is from Dead Rising. Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like
I haven't
Dead
exactly
I
figured that out.
think I'll look it up sooner or later.
I
but-
always thought that their zombies were like their own thing,
yeah,
but maybe that could just be me.
yeah, no. But
You know what I really want to do with you guys, though?
What?
I want to play Left 4 Dead on PC,
Yes.
and then on each other's computer have a modded costume on, and have like a modded
Oh,
map. And
that's
just
I would
shoot
love
everything.
we
that's modded.
gotta do that. One of these
You-
days we'll get it.
Oh wait, actually, now that I think about it, maybe I can use my Microsoft account to get the game on the PC because I already bought it on my account.
Oh dang,
Yeah. Anyways,
that sounds like a good idea.
essentially, those are the games that we're going.
Alrighty then.
Okay. So we
guess-
mentioned. I feel like we ended up just listing top 5
Yeah, no kidding.
instead of top 3 and 2 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Pretty
For-
much.
Like we just found
Yeah.
a loophole.
Yeah, we fucking lost it. But you're the one who gets to
Anyway.
decide.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And
So as judge, I get to decide who chooses the topic for
Yeah.
next. And
Don't
if I'm
mean to-
being honest,
don't mean to brag, but I got this in the bag.
He loses points for that, right?
we'll see.
Unsportsmanlike
Look,
conduct.
Okay, I will give points based off of my opinion on the games that each of you guys have listed.
So you want me to
Um,
write it down right now, or do you just plan on just saying you win by default and just pretend like these points existed in the first place?
I might do both, honestly. I might
let's
go
just do it.
based on a point
You know
system.
what? That's fair,
All right, let's go.
I guess.
Okay, so starting off with Miguel,
Okay.
the Game and Watch. I've never heard of this, but I mean I've heard of the Game and Watch, but I've never heard any other variation other than the one you've described.
Well, it's what
But
I recall.
I'm giving you points. I'm giving you 1 point for this one, just because when you described it, it felt like a sense of nostalgia, and that's what's really important in games, when you feel a connection with the game. So when you feel nostalgia with the game, I'm just absolutely
What about
adored with it.
what
So
about the dead bodies of Tamagotchis in my closet?
no, yeah, definitely nostalgic too.
That's why he said 1 point.
Oh, okay. Fine. Stupid Tamagotchis.
Okay,
Now I gotta kill more. We're not gonna count the honorable mentions, or are we gonna count them?
No, we're definitely counting them. We just
Okay.
basically listed
It's
top
a
5.
top 5, pretty much.
Okay, go ahead. I think you know the honorable mentions. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, it was the
I Ninja.
what was the- I Ninja. Okay.
And
Ninja was
I
one of them,
Ninja
and then Gary's mod was the
Gary's mod.
Gary's Mod.
Gary's mod.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Gary's Mod first. Pardon me. I can't talk today. I apologize.
My English is
Gary's
terrible.
Mod. I'm giving you 1 point for, because it's a game I've been looking forward to playing for a long time, and when I see other people play it, I just get so jealous. I get too jealous.
Ha! That's what you
It's
get,
not fair.
white privileged man.
He should lose a point
Something
for
you
that.
have that I don't. Congratulations! I'm so proud of you.
all right. That's it. That's enough.
Okay. Gary's Mod, definitely a point. I Ninja.
That one you probably never heard of.
I should. I'm not gonna give you a point for that one,
Oh, why?
but when you describe it, it honestly felt like describing like a. I don't want to say. It kind of felt like you were describing a hack and slash game. which isn't my type of gameplay,
It is
but
a
I-
hack and slash.
No,
It's
yeah.
a platformer
And when you
slash hack
describe
and
it, it
slash.
just reminds me of God of War, and not I have a problem with God of War. Right? God of War is one of the best series of all time, and I've never played them. But when you describe it, it was honestly kind of interesting. But I'm not gonna give you points. Actually, maybe I should just mention the ones that I should give you points for.
Oh shit, that just kind of seems hurtful. Like you're bashing on this guy's childhood game. And you're just like,
Points. Your taste in video game is trash.
Just take me to the backyard and shoot me down already.
God damn it with these old other jokes.
Oh my god, stop it!
All right,
Okay.
all right.
So, okay, now with Sonic Adventures, I might give points to that one as well because I've only gotten into the series just because of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And I think one of the only other Sonic games that I loved playing was Sonic Unleashed. I love playing that.
I
It was
never
really good.
played that one. I gotta play it sometime.
It was really fun. It was honestly really fun. So,
Okay, so
point to
that's-
that one.
So that's already.
That should be 3 points.
Oh yay!
3 points. I'm missing one more. I feel like I'm missing one more.
Well, we already mentioned the Slime Ranchers. We already mentioned.
Slime Rancher.
Oh yeah, shoot, I forgot. You didn't mention that. You said Gary's mod. I was like, oh okay. Okay, go ahead. That's the
Slime
last one.
Ranchers, I may not give a point for, just because I don't have any sentiment toward it. But I did. But watching Markiplier play it, for a couple of episodes, it is a very interesting game. I gotta give credit to you and Mark for making it interesting. Because Slime Rancher, I would probably agree with Miguel, is probably an underrated game.
It is.
But
I mean,
yeah.
I
So
wouldn't really call
3
it
points total
underrated.
for you.
Okay, but just gonna say, I wouldn't really call it underrated because they are planning on making a second game.
Yeah, well, but
Well, actually,
it's
Oh,
not.
I didn't know that.
What
It's coming. It's actually coming out in like next year.
What I mean is, yeah. What I mean is, it doesn't get enough screen time as like other games. You know, like it's not publicly well known. That's all I can say, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that either because iNinja wasn't well publicly known.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't
You
even
saw
know
how
what
well
that
that-
game was. They told me.
You saw how that game ended.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
Okay, so with Jesus, honestly, I'm just gonna go straight off the bat. You get 4 points for
What the
Jedi
fuck?
Fallen Order, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, no, hear me out. Hear me out. You mentioned Assassin's Creed, Red Dead Redemption. I'm sorry, Red Dead Redemption, Fallen Order, and the other
Cuphead,
one. Which
Garden
other
Warfare.
Warfare? What was the other one I didn't mention?
Honorable mention.
Assassin's Creed. Like from
Assassin's Creed, Fallen Order.
Okay, Assassin's Creed Fallen Order, Red Dead Redemption 2, Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and
Oh, that's right. Okay, the points for the games I pointed you for: Red Dead Redemption, Assassin's Creed. Did I seriously forget again? What is wrong with me? You know what? I feel like I literally have pen and pencil to write this
Okay,
freaking crap
it
down.
was Red
Because
Dead
I forgot.
Redemption, Assassin's Creed, and then I had for Jedi Fallen Order. I'm pretty sure that was one you chose. And then Cuphead and Plants vs Zombies Garden
Cuphead.
Warfare 2.
Cuphead. So
Okay.
Cuphead, Fallen
You.
Order, Red Dead Redemption,
No.
Assassin's Creed.
You're doing
Yes.
this.
No, hear
You're
me
doing it as
Hear
a
me
spite. You're doing it because of Cuphead.
Want to know why I chose Cuphead 2?
How dare you?
Because I honestly have a much easier time playing that game
Oh, that's
than a
bullshit.
game called Overcooked.
Yeah,
No.
I mean the game
I
itself.
hate Overcooked with a fiery passion because my girlfriend made me sit through it with her, and she was the expert of the game. And when she made me play through it, she was freaking Gordon Ramsay all over the place, making me feel insignificant. And
It's
that's why And we kept getting orders wrong, and it was
Chase,
so
yeah.
messed up. I
Chase,
was crying. I
but-
was like, fuck
But
no.
Chase, I still won, right?
Dude, no.
In your heart, yes, buddy, yes.
Oh,
In your heart.
no!
In the hearts of the cards, Yugi. In the hearts of the cards.
I got
Cuphead,
backstabbed by the
um,
pacifists.
Red Dead Redemption. I love the story. I'm intrigued by it, and I love how they made it sort of like a prequel to
Oh
The
yeah,
first Red Dead,
it was one
which
of the
I found was
best,
very interesting.
It was one of the best things
And-
they could have ever done.
No,
if I'm
yeah,
being
I
honest.
absolutely agree. And to Fallen Order, it took me back to Force Unleashed, which was incredible.
That's
And when
that's
tell me
that's how
all
you
this
know that's a
incredible
win.
stuff about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I absolutely love customization. I love friggin' lightsabers and Jedis. I absolutely love
Dude,
it.
I feel like his lightsaber is like the coolest one. Like a
Yeah.
dual-bladed lightsaber that could detach into two different lightsabers. That's cool as shit.
You give freaking Darth Maul a run for his money.
Yeah, no kidding.
Damn.
Okay, and to
Assassin's Creed, I think, was the last one.
Yeah. And if I'm being honest, the last time on the episode, which I think we talked about food.
Yeah.
Most of the time, or just unpopular opinions.
Yeah, well, it was unpopular
We
opinions.
talked briefly about the Assassin's Creed series, and for some reason, it got me really hooked. A lot more than it did when I first discovered the series. I was like,
Honestly,
oh my gosh,
though, I'd
talks about
recommend
it. It's
checking
really good.
it out. Like, it's a good game.
What's that?
I'm saying that you should check it out. It's a really good game.
I do. I
and
really should.
you will have a lot of fun playing it.
I probably would. It's honestly my type of gameplay too, so I'll have a much fun time playing it.
All right.
So, winner is Nintendo Fun. Congratulations.
Why'd you say it like that?
Don't ask.
Yeah.
Like-
Sure. Congratulations. Would you like me to invite you to a place where I can definitely not kill you?
No, I'm good. I'm good, but thanks for the invite.
You better watch your back. You little son of a
I'll
bitch.
come. Will there be food?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely not tempered with.
Well, as
Can you
as
not,
Arthur
like,
Morgan
bring
once
friggin'
said,
fruit-based
you better
snacks?
watch
I
yourself.
don't-
Maybe. Just watch yourself, you little son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, you better watch yourself. Yes, your
Okay,
chest won't fall.
any final thoughts before we conclude this episode for today?
I think that this whole freaking show was rigged from the start. I believe that you need to recount your voting system, Chase.
I think
You
I
know-
might need to recount the
You
results
know-
I have in my head because I think I've lost all of them.
I would just like to thank my mom, my dad. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.
Fuck you.
I'd also like to
Fair
thank. I'd also like to thank the people who created these games.
Fuck you.
Because if they didn't have those games, I wouldn't have won in the first place.
Fuck you.
I also want to thank Star Wars.
Fuck you.
Because Star Wars is cool as hell.
God damn. Fuck you.
And
Stop dragging it
for
on.
the last thing, I would like to thank Ink
You bitch.
for inviting me.
Just shut up. Shut up. I don't need your pity. You bitch. I can't believe you guys are still doing the song. Holy shit. Alright, I'm done. You're done with your weird, stupid ass speech, you bitch.
Like I said, thank you.
Fuck you. I don't need your pity.
Aren't you gonna thank me though? I am the one that chose you.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, I also want to thank Chase. Very special thanks to Chase for rigging the game so that I could win.
You guys were working together? How could you?
He paid me a lot of money. You gotta give him credit to
Fuck.
He definitely paid me
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
should have.
I could
Should've
have
done that.
I could have paid you with kindness.
Fuck kindness.
Well, I mean, physical cash kind of beats, some kindness if you really think about it.
Like, seriously. You think Disney would care if they get paid with kindness? No, they want the money.
Alright.
Exactly.
Well, see ya guys, apparently. Any last
Alrighty.
words?
Well, join us next time for our next episode, probably next week or the
Wait.
week before. Or, it's not before, later, pardon me. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for making me host.
Should we
I appreciate it.
Should we
Or
just
Dark
say
Ink.
what should we say at the end of the intros? Like, should we say like Scatterbox or something like, or shake like a bunch of stuff at the end, like in a box?
Like, no. I feel like what we should do is, we should just say,
We can't say
thank you for scattering the box. This has been Scatterbox.
that. Does not sound bad. Or
It
shuffling.
actually doesn't sound bad.
Yeah. Thank you for shuffling around the box or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's
Okay,
just
I'll end it then.
let's do it all together, alright?
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
shuffling the box.
Scattering
The box.
Yeah.
Scatterbox.
Scatterbox. Yeah, shuffling it.
We all love boxes.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
That was shit, guys. Alright, I'm ending it here.
Star Wars.
I'm gonna take it to the backyard and shoot it now.
Bye bye.
All right.